So this is the Peterson all-in-one kit. This is supposed to be the kit that is like the pocket kit to carry that I guess their owner is big on. This is his pick, something like that. I purchased it because at the time I was trying to get into it and wanted to get a little bit more something, benefit from somebody else's expertise. So what do you get? Well, first you get a shitload of tension wrenches, different heights and different thicknesses, and these are meant for top or bottom of the keyway. You can stick thin end in the top, or you can stick the fat end in the bottom of the keyway. I think these are a little more awkward than your typical tension wrench for bottom of the keyway because just the angle it picks, you have to reposition your hands, but works just fine and should be fairly inexpensive. This is a key remover, key extractor, thing like that, goes in. This did not come with the kit, but quite frankly should have. It's a piece of Polar Tonic soda can, and it is freaking fantastic as a feeler gauge or as a shim. You should keep a piece of this in your lockpick set. You can take most of the tumbler style locks, like rotary, what are they called? I want to say tumbler, it's not tumbler. The rotary locks, the combination locks, those things. You can use this to, as a feeler gauge, just feel inside and figure out what the combination is trivially. And none of the other tools in this kit are thin enough to do that, even on the cheapy master luggage lock I have, which probably should be given away to people you don't like, because it is that bad. This, let's see, hang on. These are sorted by color, so we should go by color. So these are your sort of basic deep keyway tools, and they are different because they're ground down here as well, so you get a little more sort of wiggle room, so to speak. They are fairly thick, but they're really short ground. Now I believe these are all, what do they call them, carbon steel? Is it 1095, something like that? But I believe they're nickel coated, something like that, to help them resist corrosion. I still keep a smidge of a high load oil or grease on them at all times, because it not only prevents corrosion but makes them slip in and out of locks and fight around pins much easier. This is a Peterson Gem, and this is their super thin one. This is very useful for all kinds of locks. Probably won't last as long, again, because it's thinner, but man, it just flexes into things. Like this master lock, if you want to go from here and you're doing top of the keyway with the rake, this thing will just bend around these corners and let you work the pins. Very nice, very nice, very nice. And obviously this is not the most challenging keyway to work on. What do we have? Standard Peterson Gem, S-rake. This is one of these long reach doobly-doos, so you can go in if you have a pin that's really being a pisser. Your typical diamond, I just don't like diamonds. They have their uses, but they're not my thing. Your city rake. This is an interesting little device to deal with. The idea, instead of doing a kinetic attack where you drive in and out to pop the pins up, this thing you sort of go in and you kind of wiggle like this, in and out and forward and back, to try and simulate the key. This only works for keys which don't have particularly extreme bitting, but when it works, you know, it's a real fast and easy way to get in. And then this is your typical hook. You'll notice the difference between it and the Peterson Gem, which, if I could find one, is that the Gem is pointed at the tip to give you a little more reach. But this one is a little easier to use, especially on deeper pins, because you got that flatter surface. This one is easier to use on shallower pins because you're going to be at a more extreme angle. On the whole, I usually go with this one, but this one does have enough use. I have kept it in the kit. So now, if you're the type of person that gets really pissed off at long videos where you have to sit and wait and contemplate something, this is where you maybe turn the video off, or go make some popcorn, or just go fuck yourself. And I try to pick both of these locks to just show off this kit. So, first, this practice lock. My shims would stop going away. Let's see. Open keyway. We'll go with the fat, non-serrated one. We'll go top of the keyway. This is 6-pin. And let's try this city rake, and I'll show you. Keys without extreme bitting, this is really the thing. So I'm going to sort of cover this to keep from cheating, basically. But let's see what I can do. And there we go. I mean, it's really that easy. Let's try it again this time so you can see-ish, I hope. Da-da-da, in frame, I hope. Find the spot, and there we go. No problemo. So that's great. Rakes, we've all seen rakes. So let's go over to this master lock. Now, I've not had great luck with the city rake on this master lock. This master lock's pretty new. It's not very broken in, which does add just the tiniest hint of challenge because the pins don't slide very nicely. But let's see if I can just get it here for you. Should have gone bottom of the keyway. Okay, here we are. Bottom of the keyway. City rake. Here we go. Oh, hey, what do you know? There we are. Master lock open. Again, master locks, I almost wonder why they bother sending them with keys. It's like, what's the point? S-rake. By the way, you may wonder why I'm not doing any challenge locks on this, and the answer is because I'm not fucking Bosnian Bill. Okay, rake. See if we can just rake this open. There we are. Raked open. And, yeah, I can single pin pick it too. Here, I'll show off this narrow Peterson gem. So with this lock, you have a bit of an eccentric keyway, and so if you try and go top of the keyway with the wrench, it's a little bit more challenging to work off of this shelf because it's trying to slide you off. I hope I'm in frame. So if you go top of the keyway, this thinner Peterson gem is a real winner because it lets you go up there and sort of flex around that corner. That's great. Now, I will say, in this case, I know you can get away going bottom of the keyway, and that actually helps hold your pick up on that shelf. But let's do it top of the keyway, and I'll show off this nice thin Peterson gem. By the way, this thing really is a fucking gem. This thing will get in anywhere. So let's see what we got. There's a binder. There's our next binder. There you are. Hang on. Don't be beach. Okay. There's one. Okay. There we go. So, all in all, great set. A little pricey. I am quite happy with it though. It's not what I would put together given my limited experience picking locks. However, you know, I guess I'd say I don't have that much experience, and probably these things would be more useful, particularly if you're trying to defeat more advanced locks. Then again, if you're your typical miscreant, you're probably working with these doobly-doos, so, you know, you might only need a rake. But it is what it is. Thanks for watching, guys. Again, would buy, great kit. Just barely fits in. I will say that this case is kind of crap. They offered you a chance to buy a better case, and I didn't because I can make a better case. But yeah, so there's that. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you at the next video.